I'm finally back from working with NBC during the Olympics, so I can post on YouTube again. How's it going, biathlon fans? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Halligan, and this is my YouTube channel about biathlon. I hope you all had a great time watching biathlon at the Olympics because there were some great races, history was made, and we saw some really crazy stuff. So in today's video, we're gonna see how I did with my Olympic predictions, and yeah, hopefully I was able to make out pretty well. Now, I'm gonna have a full video review of my time in Stamford, Connecticut, working with NBC, and what my job looked like, what working with NBC looked like. So hit that subscribe button so you are kept up to date when that video comes out.
All right, so my pick for breakthrough athlete in Beijing is actually Kristina Reztsova.
All right, so Kristina Reztsova was my breakthrough pick, and quite frankly, I don't know if I can really give that one a breakthrough. I mean, if you look at her results at the Olympics, she had a couple top 10 results, 5th in the mass start, 6th in the sprint, kind of fell back to 26th in the pursuit, but it wasn't really much better than what she has been doing on the World Cup. I mean, if you look at these races up here, 5th, 9th, and 3rd, if she got a podium in Odyssey, I really thought she was going to podium at the Olympics and walk away with a medal. So the fact that she was super close and didn't make it, I do think she had a good Olympics, but it just wasn't really what I expected. Her shooting percentage at the games was okay, but it wasn't great. I mean, in general, shooting was down overall at the Olympics, but her ski speed was pretty consistent with what she has been doing pretty much ever since Hochfilzen. She's been posting top 10 ski times, and she did that in Beijing. However, it just wasn't good enough to get on the podium. So I'm going to give this one a neutral pick. I think it was good racing for Reztsova. Personally, I really thought she was going to get on the podium in at least one of the races.
All right, my pick for breakthrough male biathlete in Beijing is going to be Tero Seppala from Finland.
All right, so same thing with Seppala. I kind of think this pick was a little bit of a flop. If you look at his ski rankings, he did have 2 top 10 ski times, which he has not really done very much in the past, so that was really good. However, his shooting was terrible on those days. Now, granted, shooting in Beijing, again, was pretty terrible across the board due to the wind. He's been throwing some good top 10s in the mix with some, 30s in the mix throughout the whole season. So the fact that he was in the 20s, he did have a better Beijing Olympic Games than he could have expected. But when I was looking at the sprint in Ruhpolding where he came in 5th, and then we have a mass start in Anhalt's, the last race of the season before Beijing, he came in 6th. Again, he was another guy who I thought was going to be a surprise podium pick, and the fact that he really only had 1 top 10, the rest were pretty consistent with where he was. I'm going to give this one a thumbs down. I don't think Tero Seppala really broke through at the Olympics.
My pick for dominant woman is Marte Olsbu Roeiseland from Norway.
All right, Marte Roeiseland, that one is a huge thumbs up, maybe almost 2 thumbs up. Just look at this right here. 3rd, 1st, 1st, 3rd, and then if we also include the relay events, the only race that she did not get a medal in was the women's relay. Unfortunately, it was out of her control. Her teammates let her down a little bit. She had a great ski lap, and she got Norway back into the fight. Unfortunately, the team just couldn't bring it home. But look at this. 1st, 3rd, 1st, and then 3rd in the mass start. Roeiseland killed the Olympic Games in Beijing, and quite frankly, going into that women's relay, she was poised to get a medal in every single event and break an Olympic winter record. So I'm gonna give myself 2 thumbs up on Marte Olsbu Roeiseland being the dominant woman at the Olympic Games.
Okay, dominant male of the Beijing Olympics, I'm gonna go with Quentin Fillon.
All right, now Fillon, that's another one. I can't give myself 2 thumbs up because Johannes Tingesbo did ultimately surpass Quentin Fillon by the end of the Olympic Games. Johannes and Quentin both had the same amount of medals, but Johannes had way more golds than Quentin Fillon. But just look at this. Look how impressive this is. Silver, gold, silver, gold, silver, and then unfortunately just could not get it done at the last race. He was 4th place. 1 off the podium. It's kind of crazy how the conversation went so quickly from the fact that Marte Olsbu Roeiseland was in line to break the record for the most medals earned at an Olympic Games. And then with her 4th place in the relay, the conversation quickly went over to Quentin Fillon because he was now on pace. And then suddenly, after Johannes Tingesbo won the mass start in Beijing, he just jumped right in front of Quentin Fillon as the champion of Beijing. But, I do got to give myself a big thumbs up for QFM at the Olympics because look at this. He took home 5 medals in 6 races. overall, a really, really good Olympics for QFM, and I'm going to give myself a thumbs up on that one.
All right, breakthrough women's team of the Beijing Olympics. I'm going to go with Belarus.
Now for Belarus, I'm going to have to give myself a big thumbs down on this one because, you know, as Daria Alembekova and Hanna Sola did pretty well in individual events. However, as a team, they just kind of flopped. The defending Olympic champions came in 13th in the Olympic relay. For Belarus, I'm going to have to give myself a big thumbs down.
Now for the breakthrough men's team, I'm also going to go with Belarus.
For the men's breakthrough team with Belarus, I'm going to have to go again, give myself a thumbs down on this one. I really thought Belarus was going to kind of come out of nowhere. I thought Belarus was going to be able to sneak in there and maybe claim a podium spot. When you look at their place, 8th place in the men's relay, that was behind where they've been in Ostersund, Hagfeldsen, and Ruhpolding. And yeah, there was a little bit ahead of Anholtz, but you know, Anton Samolsky had some pretty good individual results, including claiming an individual medal, but the rest of the team just wasn't there, and I really thought the whole team was going to step up. I thought they had good momentum going into the games. But yeah, Belarus as a breakthrough men's team, that's a big thumbs down.
All right, and now time for the dominant women's team. I'm going with Sweden.
Oh man, Sweden. This one is so hard. I think Sweden as a whole did not do super well at the Olympic Games. However, they won the women's relay, so you have to give them a thumbs up, right? I just think that their skis were just so slow the whole time. It took them almost half the competition to get the skis right. But obviously they were able to figure out by the relay, and they were able to win the relay. Last year they were second in the women's relay, and they were able to come back and win this one. So that's really impressive for them. With how they did at the beginning of the Olympics, I really want to give myself like a neutral pick for this one. But you know what? Team Sweden won the relay, so I'm going to give myself a thumbs up.
But I'm going to go with Norway as the team that is going to clean up in Beijing.
Now, Norway taking home the dominant team. That was a bold prediction because Norway hasn't really been doing that great this year. Yeah, Christensen was holding the yellow bib at the beginning of the season, and then Tarjei, but just Johannes Tingesbo was so flat all season. But whoa, Norway, that was a huge thumbs up for dominant team. Yeah, Quentin Fillon had a lot of medals for France, but he was really the only one that was, you know, good from the French nation. Johannes Tingesbo goes home with an individual medal. Tarjei Bo goes home with an individual medal. Johannes Christiansen goes home with an individual medal. And then Ligrid was able to get a medal when the team won the men's relay. So Norway just hands down won biathlon at the Olympics. And then the nation of Norway set an Olympic record for the most gold medals won across all sports, all nations, all Olympics. So just, you know, hands down, Norway dominated in Beijing. All right, everybody, how did your predictions go? Let me know in the comments down below. Were you able to predict some breakthrough athletes that I didn't see coming? Were you able to predict that Johannes Tingesbo is going to walk away with 4 gold medals? If you did, leave that comment down below, and let's get the discussion started about how awesome the Olympics were. But until next time, we'll see ya.